In the late 1970s, a few people who attended church at First Covenant Tacoma but lived in Gig Harbor began to feel like God was calling them to plant a Covenant church in Gig Harbor. The original 5 families were Tom and Carolyn Holdyke, Dwight and Dalen Mason, Tom and Marnie Ord, Warren and Margaret Olson, and Don and Adelaide Cochran. They began to gather to pray about the possibility. The prayer meetings were characterized by some there as everyone gathered in the living room to pray for starting a new church, and Warren Olson in the other room praying against it. Eventually, consensus was reached because people felt that there was a need in Gig Harbor for a Covenant church. First Covenant Tacoma, along with the North Pacific Conference and the Evangelical Covenant Church, had a huge hand in launching Harbor Covenant. In January of 1980, a fellowship group began meeting at Haven of Rest Cemetery in their chapel on Sunday evenings. It's a beautiful spot, but you never wanted to open the wrong door. On April 27, 1980, Ernie Hansen was installed as pastor of Harbor Covenant Church and preached his first sermon at Haven of Rest. On January 8, 1981, charter membership closed with 34 members: Adelaide, Don, and Steve Cochran, Arlene and George Daly, Dick and Julie Day, Kathy Gates, Dorothy and Ray Goodhead, Barb and Ernie Hansen, Shirley, Betty, and Willie Hansen, Carolyn and Tom Holdyke, Dan and Carla Hutchison, Dalen and Dwight Mason, Dave and Myrna McClendon, Carolyn Milgard, Margaret and Warren Olson, Marnie and Tom Ord, Denny and Marlene Waldron, Dina and Ken Walker, Clifton and Jean Wright. Within a year and a half, the congregation had grown to 140, which required an interim move to Gig Harbor High School. In 1985, the congregation moved to our current 10-acre location on Gustafson Drive. Harbor Covenant has only had 3 senior pastors in its 45-year history. We've been joined by many called and talented associates over the years. The church has also been well served by many talented and godly lay leaders. From the very beginning, Harbor Covenant has been focused on reaching people for Christ, developing disciples who make disciples, and living lives of compassion, mercy, and justice. Harbor Covenant has been passionate about local outreach and foreign mission, ministries to children and students, and extending a warm welcome to the people God draws to us. We thank God for the charter members who had a vision for reaching Gig Harbor for Jesus, and for the many people who joined in the ensuing years. They have given us a rich heritage of faith and modeled for us what it looks like to follow Jesus. While we're celebrating what God has done in and through us in the past, we firmly believe that the best years of the church lie ahead. We're excited about all the new people that are coming and the growth that we are experiencing. We dedicate ourselves to many more fruitful years of kingdom work for the glory of God and the good of our neighbors.